Hey everyone, welcome back to Cinema Surgery. Today I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on Gladiator II, Ridley Scott's much anticipated return to the world of ancient Rome. Now, these are my very high level thoughts on the movie, as I'm really conscious not to spoil the movie for you all. I was one of the lucky ones to see it last week, 1 week ahead of the UK release, I believe 2 weeks ahead of the US release. And like any good film reviewer, I did my prep. I rewatched the original Gladiator film from 2000, and I just wanted to see if it still held up as well as I remembered. But for some old filmmaking techniques, like the slow motion fighting for added drama, the dated CGI, it really did hold up. It's an outstanding film. You have a stellar cast: Russell Crowe, Richard Harris, Oliver Reed, Connie Nielsen, and obviously young Joaquin Phoenix. And they're firing on all cylinders. And you throw in Hans Zimmer's iconic score. My word, what a masterpiece. So Gladiator 2 had big sandals to fill, and I was very much optimistic. And like any movie, I go in with tons of goodwill, and I really want the movie to succeed and reach the dizzy heights of the original. Now, unfortunately, Gladiator 2 really didn't move the needle for me. I thought it was a fairly mediocre film. It suffered from a lot of the same issues many spin-offs, many sequels suffer from, that are currently being pumped out from the Hollywood machine. It took the blueprint from the original Gladiator film, almost traced it beat for beat, and it just delivered it at scale. Everything was bigger and more elaborate. Bigger battles, more CGI, extra villains, and of course, Easter eggs. Studios love those Easter eggs. But unlike the first Gladiator film, where Russell Crowe and Ridley Scott were really developing the script and the movie as they were going along, this sequel felt more like a studio-driven movie, and as a result it sacrificed character development and story and that emotional resonance along the way. Now rest assured, at the end of the film, much of the audience I was with applauded the movie, which likely means you're probably going to enjoy the movie too. But if you're like me, and you're after something more than spectacle, then I feel you may be left a little disappointed. Where it succeeds is the fight sequences, the Colosseum battles, the choreography, and they're all improvements on the original, without a shadow of a doubt. Though I do think the film leans a bit too heavily on digital effects at times, which begs the question, does using digital effects make you feel like you're transported to ancient Rome, or does the artificial nature of CGI create a detachment from what you're watching? It certainly did for me at times, certainly at the beginning of the movie. Performances-wise, Denzel Washington shines as Maximus, a Proximo-like figure with a darker edge, who, much like Oliver Reed in the first film, brings a commanding performance that elevates the movie. Paul Mescal brings an intense physicality to his role as Lucius, looking every bit a gladiator in his fight scenes. I believe he has an athletic background, and his likeness to young Richard Harris, who played Emperor Marcus Aurelius in the original film, apparently made him an ideal casting choice for Ridley Scott. But there was something in his performance, now this is going to be a bit controversial, there was something in his performance that I didn't connect with. I didn't root for him in the same way as I did with Russell Crowe's Maximus. Now, you really want your lead hero to spearhead the movie, and I was far more interested in Denzel Washington's performance. And as wonderful as Joaquin Phoenix was in the first movie, there was no doubt who led the movie. It was Russell Crowe. He was the one you were rooting for. Meanwhile, Pedro Pascal, his arc feels disappointingly underdeveloped, leaving his screen charisma somewhat wasted. Connie Nielsen and Derek Jacobi return, both visibly defying the years and bringing a strong sense of continuity to the film, and they both deliver really solid performances that honour their characters' legacies. Two characters I was very excited about watching after seeing the trailers was Joseph Quinn and Fred Hetchinger. They portray two power-drunk lunatic rulers who have these exaggerated, spit-flying performances, and unfortunately for me, they toe the line between intentional and unintentional comedy. I'm saying they wouldn't look out of place in Monty Python's Life of Brian, a far cry from the understated menace Joaquin Phoenix brought to Commodus. Despite Denzel Washington's emotionally weighty performance and the occasional return of Hans Zimmer's iconic score, the film ultimately struggles to recapture the heart and spirit of the original film. Despite the technical strides, Gladiator left us with these unforgettable images. Maximus running his hands through the wheat fields as he crossed over to the afterlife, or defiantly shouting, "Are you not entertained?" By contrast, the sequel, for all its spectacle, seems to lack a single shot that leaves the same indelible mark, or any quotable lines that will echo in eternity. Now, all in all, you're likely to be entertained, but in every other aspect, the movie falls short of the original. As for originality, the script isn't strong enough in my view, nor are the characters developed enough to truly offer something new or interesting. But hey, don't take my word for it. Buy a ticket, watch it in the cinema, come back, agree or disagree in the comments. In fact, don't disagree in the comments, just agree. It's better for the algorithm. Thank you, we're growing the channel. If you enjoyed this, I'm just joking. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell for more in-depth film analysis. We've got some great content on the way.